My name is Elle. I'm 38 years old. I work in a big office where I hold a position of leadership. My life is good. I have a nice home, a soft-spoken routine, and a cat who keeps me company, but sometimes I feel a deep, quiet kind of loneliness. Most of my friends are married now. They have children. Their lives are full of noise and warmth, while mine is calm and still. Then, one ordinary day, everything changed. A new man joined the office. His name was Rowan. He was tall, with kind brown eyes and a big, easy smile. He looked young to me, too young, maybe. When my boss asked me to show him around, I smiled and said, "Hello, Rowan. Come with me." I showed him the kitchen, the meeting rooms, and finally his desk, which, to my surprise, was just outside my office. From my chair, I could see him working. He was friendly, attentive, and smart. That afternoon, I asked him for help on a project. As we talked, I realized how intelligent and thoughtful he was. He had great ideas. I guessed he was around 27 or 28, a full 10 years younger than me. And I was his boss. I knew it wasn't good. It wasn't appropriate. I told myself to stop thinking about him. But my heart wasn't listening. As days passed, Rowan became a bright part of my routine. He brought me coffee in the mornings. We talked about music, both of us loved old rock, and about our pets. He had a big, goofy dog, and I had my quiet cat. We worked well together. We laughed easily. The connection between us grew, quietly but surely. One evening, we were the last two in the office, working late on a big project. The office was dark and quiet when we finally finished around 9 p.m. Tired but happy, we looked at each other in the silence. Then he said, slowly, "Elle, I want to ask you something, not about work." My heart beat faster. "What is it?" I asked. He looked nervous. "Do you want to have dinner with me this Saturday?" I was stunned. My mind screamed, asterisk is too young. This is wrong. Asterisk, but my heart whispered something else. He looked at me, hopeful and sincere. I took a deep breath. "Yes, Rowan," I said softly. "I want that very much." He smiled, a wide, genuine smile, and it made my heart feel full. "But we must be careful," I added. "No one at work can know." He nodded. "It will be our secret." That Saturday, we went to a small restaurant far from the city. We talked for hours. I didn't feel like a boss or a woman counting her years. I just felt like me with a man who truly saw me. When he took my hand on the way home, it felt right. From that night on, our love became a secret. We met every weekend. We drove to small towns, walked in parks, watched movies far from our city, anything to stay out of sight. At work, we pretended to be just colleagues. It was hard to keep the act up, especially when he made me laugh or sent me funny emails during the day. I couldn't react. I had to stay professional. I had to act like he didn't matter. My best friend Kate noticed the change. Over coffee one day, she said, "You seem different, happier. Your eyes are bright. Is there someone new?" I panicked. "No," I said. "I'm just busy." She looked at me like she didn't believe a word, but she didn't push. Still, the pressure weighed on me. I was scared of judgment, of whispers, of what people might say about a woman nearly 40 dating a man 10 years younger. Would they say I was using my power? That he was using me? One Friday evening, as we left work at the same time, Rowan quickly kissed my cheek in the parking lot. It was a small moment, but we weren't alone. A woman from work, Anna, known for her gossip, was nearby. On Monday morning, the air in the office was different. People stopped talking when I entered. I could feel their eyes, hear their whispers. My heart sank. Later, my boss called me in. "There are stories about you and Rowan," he said, serious and cold. "You're his manager. This isn't good for the company." I tried to explain, but his words stung. It doesn't look good for you, L. Back in my office, I could barely function. People whispered like my name was poison. I overheard someone say, "She's almost 40. He's just a boy. It's bad." That word bad hurt the most. Was love really bad? The judgment didn't stop at work. I told my parents the truth one evening, hoping for understanding. Instead, they were horrified. "He's 28, my mother said. He's just using you." My father's voice turned cold. "What do you even have in common?" I tried to explain how he made me feel, how real it was, but they didn't see love. They only saw numbers. I started to doubt myself. Maybe everyone was right. Maybe Rowan would leave me for someone younger. Maybe I was foolish. One evening, while he was telling a story and laughing beside me, I couldn't focus. My mind was spinning. "Are you okay?" he asked. And then it all came out, the fear, the anger. I shouted things I didn't mean. "People think I'm a joke. My family thinks I'm stupid. I've risked everything because of you." Rowan looked hurt, but calm. "Do you really think I'm using you?" he asked softly. I couldn't answer. My silence said too much. He stood up, looking broken. "I love you, he said. "Not your age. Not your job. You. If you can't see that, I don't know what to do." And then he walked out the door. The house felt unbearably quiet without him. Work felt meaningless. I missed his smile, his laugh, his hand in mine. The judgment of others didn't hurt as much anymore, not compared to the ache of missing him. I called Kate. I told her everything. She listened, then asked me one simple question. "When you're with Rowan, are you happy?" I cried and said, "Yes. More than I've been in years." She asked, "And now, without him, are you happy?" "No," I said, my voice cracking. "I'm miserable." Then, Kate said gently, "What are you going to do about it?" That question was the light I needed. I realized the real problem hadn't been Rowan, or my coworkers, or my parents. It had been my fear. I had let other people's voices drown out my own. But I didn't want to be afraid anymore. I wanted to be brave, for love, for myself. I called Rowan. He agreed to meet me at the park, the same one where we had one of our first dates. He looked tired, sad. I sat next to him on the bench. I took his hand and said, "I'm sorry. I let my fear speak louder than my heart. I don't care what anyone thinks anymore. I love you. And I was foolish to let you go." He smiled, that smile I had missed so much. "I love you too, Elle," he said. "I was just waiting for you to see us clearly." He kissed me in the park, in the middle of the day, and I didn't care who saw. I finally felt free. The next day, we walked into the office hand in hand. People stared. People whispered. But I held my head high and smiled. A few months later, Rowan joined me for dinner with my parents. He was kind, sincere, and brave. He stood up and said, "I know I'm younger than Elle. But I love her. I want to spend my life making her happy." Then he got down on one knee, opened a small box, and asked, "Elle, will you marry me?" Tears rolled down my face as I said, "Yes. Yes, I will." Today, I am 40 and he is 30. Our life together is not always perfect, but it's real. It's strong. We face our challenges hand in hand. I've learned that love is not about age or status. Love is about choosing the person who brings light to your life and being brave enough to hold on to that light, no matter what the world says. Marrying Rowan was the bravest and best decision I ever made.